we are judged by them
Yes.
before people actually judge us.
Yes.
Do you get? I don't know. My mom made this joke of, if you're around people that drink, we're gonna assume that you also drink,
Yes.
That's
even
true.
if you don't drink.
Yes.
So it's been something in my mind for like the whole week. So I venture a bit into presenting, and yeah, we're learning as time goes on, eh?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We
That's
love
good.
it for you.
That's like
Thank you very much.
Go back to something like that ever again.
Yeah.
But do you see yourself coming out of all these losses just being fine? Like do you see yourself being fine?
You know, I'm not gonna say there was a part in my life whereby the amount of friends or the amount of connections that I had.
Welcome to Life and Stories Network.
It is about life and stories.
My name is Kay and I'm your host.
Then my name is Simonota John, better known as JP. For this,
Baba.
how are you doing?
Right, winner.
Wonderful, man. KK.
Hello. Hi. How are you, John?
Man, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Yeah, sweet. As like sugar, sweet.
It's honey. We are not really, it's not only the crew today, we have a beautiful guest, Omphemetse.
Yeah.
Welcome to the network.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
We're good, how are you?
We are wonderful.
I see there's a lot of energy. Yo. It's so much, eh? It's so much.
Otherwise, I'm good.
No, I'm fantastic, hey? I'm actually very honored to be here today.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, hey?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, we usually have icebreakers.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like, what's on your mind? What's on your mind this week, Johnny?
What? It's money, but I don't have it. So I'm broke.
I thought he said he has a gig or something or so.
We talking of gigs? No, man. No. But let's see. So what's it today? No, man. We would have started with that.
Yeah.
With the gig for tomorrow. I'm going on the 10th of August. Right. So it's Women's Month.
Yes, it's a woman's
So Muriti, let's say Happy Women's Month, Happy Women's Day to Kay. Happy Women's Month, Kay.
Thank you. But you don't have flowers for me.
Munna.
Flowers.
There you are. There you see, Pumet. There you are. Thank you.
It's sorted.
Yeah, it's sorted. So, are you loving the day, Kay?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are here and I'm loving it here. So,
And you're looking beautiful.
thank you. Thank you.
Sweet as, what, 12, 13?
Like,
Nice.
I wish. I wish I could have those problems. What what's on your mind this week?
Nothing, man. It's just that week, eh? We just have to spend. You know, when it's a Women's Day or when it's a Mother's Day, you just have to spend the week on one spend. And you know, funny thing about women, they always like, you know, when it's our day, they will just withdraw.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
On
I
this
know.
Day, yeah? You just have to
That's not
serve
true.
It's
breakfast.
jealous. It's
Breakfast
jealous.
in bed, you just have to buy flowers, eh? On Father's Day, we don't get even like a one time, that's baby.
Yeah.
But today is not Mother's Day, miss. It's a Women's Day.
It's a Women's Day, yeah.
Women's Day.
I'm just saying, when it's a Women's Day and when it's a Mother's Day,
Yeah.
you always expect, you know, like, okay,
Yeah,
so you
to
see
be
me
up
there,
and
she's
going.
asking about flower, yeah, but when it's a,
Yeah. You barely get anything.
you barely get anything. But man, nothing much, man. After here, I think we have a second, a record that we are going to do. We have another guest that is coming in. So I think that's it. Then from there we'll be good.
Yeah.
Nothing much, eh?
Nothing much.
Yeah, nothing
But
much.
but it's that day again, Kay. We continue doing live and stories because these stories are being told by the owners.
Yeah.
So we love the fact that they are being told by the owners. That means we don't own these stories.
Yes.
Even though we preserve, we get to have
them, yeah.
yes the archives and everything. We own them at the same time because all rights reserved in this episodes that we are doing. We also told people about these programs that we don't get the chance to speak about the stories we have, be it happy stories, be it sad stories, but we don't talk about them.
Yeah.
So this is the platform.
Yes. What's on your mind this week?
personally, I think what's on my mind is friendships. Friendships. Like, and the reason why I'm saying friendship is because I recently realized something, that the people we associate with, or the people that are surrounded us, we are judged by them before people actually judge us.
Yes.
Do you get? I don't know. My mom made this joke of, if you're around people that drink, we are gonna assume that you also drink,
Yes.
even if you don't drink.
Yes.
So it's been something in my mind for like the whole week.
Yeah, that's true actually, because it says, like, there's a saying that says, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. Yeah.
The people you associate yourself with.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you also know that your friends have friends that are not your friends?
100%.
True.
And now we have to get to that part. How are you my friend, but you are friends with my enemy? What are you guys talking about?
I don't have to do it. I don't have to. Just because you and Muruti are not getting along doesn't mean that I also don't have to get along
No,
with you.
but there's a difference of getting along, and if, like, for example, me and Muruti have beef, we have that serious beef.
Yes.
I know if ever we meet, he can kill me at any time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I come to you, you are my close friend, I tell you my secrets and everything, but then you can still hang out with him. You invite him to your events whereby you know I'm going to be there too.
Which means when you're not there, I'm discussing you with Muruti.
100%. Because if he
Might
hates
be.
me and I hate him, that means when you are with me, I know you were with him yesterday. I'm going to ask you, Jorge. So, Mfana,
You are the topic, yes.
what did he say
Yeah.
about me?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, it's like that. So, that has been in my mind for the week, actually, friends.
Okay, that's nice. It's interesting.
What about you?
What's on my mind? It's friendship, actually.
You see?
The thing that was on my mind
Come
was that
on,
the
yeah.
friends that you have, they also have friends that are not your friends.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So you tell them. My thing is, I tell you my things. You're going to tell your friend, and then the next thing I'm going to hear the story that I told you from somebody else.
You see?
Jeez, man.
So, hey, friends,
But it's
guys,
life. It's either you have them or you don't have them.
Yeah.
this is why we have to choose who's around us.
Yeah.
But also, we can't control people not to have other friends.
Yeah,
yes,
100%.
exactly. Yeah.
That's
Because it's
true.
part of
Yes.
life, eh?
You can choose him to be your friend, but you cannot choose for him, or
Yes.
you cannot choose a friends for him. It means it will be up to him, like
Yes.
who am I hanging around
Yeah.
with and all those kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
see? Yes. Let's get into today's story. Today we'll take into Omphemetse. Please tell us where did you grow up? How did you grow up? How was your childhood like?
Okay. Hi guys, how are you? So
Wonderful.
allow me to reintroduce myself then.
Yes. Yes.
My name is Omphemetse Hope Stemmer. I am 24 years old. I'm born and raised in Rustenburg. And
You look very young.
I am very young. I'm only 24.
Younger than 24.
Yeah, that
Nah, thank you very much. Hi. That means it's grace, man.
But 24,
No,
it's not best
Not
suited
younger
for
than-
him.
Like at least 25, 26.
Okay.
At least, yeah.
Oh,
25? You're increasing my age now. How are you increasing? They say younger, you're increasing. That is older.
He doesn't want you to be
Enemy of beauty and grace. Come on now. But as I was
Come on
saying,
now, Muriti, come on, man.
But
I think we don't see the same. Like,
Yes.
Okay, but
Yes.
this person is young. And the other, no, man.
rather say I speak like an older person, I would understand. But look,
I like Stemmer. I love it.
yeah, that's my surname, hey. It's an African surname. Yeah, Stemmer. But yeah, born and raised in Rustenburg. I attended school. My first school, primary, was Clovio Primary School. And then high school, Technische School, known as HTS or other names, Technis.
Yeah.
Yeah, attended there. Then was supposed to go study in CTU, Training Solutions in Pretoria. That did not pan out, but that's a story that we'll talk about. And a bit about me. How can I say? I am a young visionary. I like to put myself that because I don't just focus on one thing. I focus on establishing my life in many ways. But the biggest one that I establish my life is in faith. I'm a young pastor.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's Muruti
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are clicking.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got Abafundisi, two
Yeah.
stars.
I'm a young pastor, and my vision is to motivate, establish, and empower the youth. because one thing is that our country has been put in many ways of the youth has to do.
Yeah.
Hence, that's why we have June 16, right? The generation of old, the youth knew what to do.
Yeah.
But today, the youth doesn't know what to do. We know how to kill.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you get?
Yeah.
So my mission is like, I want to motivate, encourage with that. So that's a bit of that. But also, I venture a bit into presenting, and yeah, we're learning as time goes on, eh?
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We
That's
love
good.
it for you.
That like
Thank you very much.
I wanted to ask, like, you know, when you have a calling upon you,
Mhm.
you know, having a calling upon you, it's like it will hinder you to venture into some certain things.
Yes.
Do you get difficulty somewhere on venturing on
Oh,
some other-
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Because if you are saying, like, you are a young pastor,
Yeah.
there's a certain expectation. People are expecting you to behave like this. They are expecting you not to see you somewhere else.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or there are those.
Oh, 100%. Like, for example, right, with me, I grew up in a sense of, since I was young, from a very, very young age, I was born, bred, raised to grow up in a church.
Okay.
Because my mom took me to church, I think, actually since I was born, right?
Mhm.
But for as long as I can remember, I've been in church.
Okay.
So even in church, I was put this pressure of, you're the next one,
Mhm.
so do it.
So you always knew.
I always knew. So with that, it got to a point of whenever they needed a young boy or a young person to come speak or
Mm.
come do anything,
Yeah.
they would call me. Like I started serving at church by 9 years old. I was already speaking.
Wow.
I would already start praying, preaching, and all that. So it started getting this thing of, because that's the life that I know, that's the life that I enjoyed,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I never got exposed to the outside world,
Yeah.
right? And then when it got to high school, that's when I started having certain friends
Okay.
that now they are coming with a different life
Yes.
compared to me.
Yes.
Because they have this life of, we're going to a house party.
Yeah.
We're going to groove. I'm not used to that.
Yes.
So it's that thing of, I don't want to feel left out,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like, I don't feel comfortable doing
I
it.
don't feel comfortable.
So
with it,
it would hurt me sometimes whereby I would know, you guys went to a party and I didn't even get an invitation.
yeah. Yeah.
I know I'm going to reject it, but at least the common courtesy of invite me,
Invite.
give me
yeah.
the option of
Option.
rejecting.
Exactly. Yes.
So it hindered me that even now at 24 years old, right?
Yeah.
People my age would go out clubbing, would go out. Their fun and my fun, two different,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Two different. And if ever I am around them and they would go out in those particular ways and I'm with them, when people look at me, what? Like serious. Or sometimes maybe I'll be there and then my spirit doesn't allow me to be there.
Yeah.
And then it triggers me of, I'm gay again. No, I must. No. And sometimes they would find it weird. What's wrong? And I'm like, my spirit is not okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm either gonna go to the car or you guys will get me somewhere else. And it's that thing. I've lost a lot of people because of that.
Ne?
Yeah.
And how was it like losing them? Because they would be like, you are in that kind of boredom space where you become a boring kind of a
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
I think with me personally, right, I don't want to lie, it actually did hit me very hard. There was a part in my life whereby the amount of friends or the amount of connections that I had with people, I lost them because of my religion. But then, because of my religion, I was able to stand up again and remember that because of my calling, I will be isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Only few people will understand my isolation and would still be around me.
Yeah.
Hence, this is why even in the Bible, God says, I'll send you helpers. That doesn't necessarily mean people that are just going to help you for this and then let it be. But it also means, I took it in per se, that I would also send you helpers of friends, people that will understand that there are days whereby you don't want to go out. There are days whereby you want to be alone reading the Bible and praying. Or there are days whereby, hey, let's hang out, but let's hang out at home. let's relax. Do
Okay.
you understand? I have friends that drink, I have friends that smoke, and I don't block them from it. They can drink in front of me for as long as they don't project it towards me. I don't project what I do towards them. That's how it is.
Do you think do you think the people that you're talking about that has left you, have they left because of your belief or because you don't have a connection? Sometimes you don't have things in common that you can talk about or that you can do.
Funny thing
together.
is that everyone that has been in my life or everyone that has left my life, we all, like, I can meet you today, we'll build a connection, and you'll be shocked, how do I connect to this person?
Same day.
Same day.
Okay.
And I call it grace. I have that spirit of grace that if I meet you, I can connect to you that you would think you've known me for many years.
Okay.
But everyone that left my life, these were serious friendships. Like, hey, we envisioned life together. We are gonna do this together.
How do they live? Do you have a conversation? Do you fight?
Okay, let me talk about the recent one that happened, right?
Okay.
How it started off is that as much as I am into religion and everything, I did modeling.
Okay,
Right?
that's nice.
So the way I would do modeling, I was a scrawny little young boy that was skinny, short, and everything, petite. So I would always tell people my age, and because of how short and tiny I looked, it would be like, you're a bit younger. So because of that, I was graced to go into modeling.
Okay.
So now when I did modeling, I think 2018, my growth sperm got in and I blew up.
Okay.
Like, I literally got taller, bigger, like, yeah. So I
When
got
2018?
December, 2018 December.
Okay.
So I got fat. So because of that, I lost confidence, and then I stopped modeling.
Okay.
So from there, 2019, 2020, then 2021, I was like, I'm gonna do modeling again, but I'm gonna go to gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I started going to gym. Then going to gym, that's when you adopt gym culture. You start adopting gym life. You start loving it. You start enjoying it. So with that, you start meeting new people that now starting, oh, I want to start training with you, how it is. So I met this guy. Let's call him Exhibit A for now.
Yeah.
So I met Exhibit A. Me and Exhibit A became very close. Like, I think within the first week, Monday to Friday, I was able to know his entire life. He was able to know my entire life. With that now, because now we are training together, he introduced me to some of his friends that eventually became my friends. And then we built a new group, and it was a beautiful thing. It was so spontaneous, right?
Were their friends also gymming?
Yes.
Okay.
We actually, how they met me, we were able to make them come to gym
Okay.
in a funny way. And
Okay.
they actually all started loving gym. Because one thing about gym, it becomes therapy. It becomes
Yes.
Yes,
a
true.
third
Start
love.
again.
Yeah. So we all now started gymming to a point where we will all be together. Because there was a point where I would live in Kashan, so I stayed alone. So they would always come to my place. We'll chill there for a bit, and then immediately after that, we go to gym. After gym, we go back.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They would trade and all that, but that's how we were, right? So out of that, one of our other friends sadly passes away.
The one from the group.
Yeah, the one from the group. He gets in a car accident and he passes away. And I don't want to lie, that actually hit us, because how we found out, we are buying pizza, we are getting ready because we know the group has to come.
Yes.
We are about to go to gym.
Yeah.
So
So you
someone,
are with other friends?
we are with everyone else, we are there.
Except him.
And his other friends, they were out. So we are just awaiting him to come now.
Yeah.
So we get a call from these other people because they know he's always with us. Yo guys, did you hear? What did we hear? Is it true? We get the passed on.
What?
What do you guys mean? Like,
We are waiting for this.
It was a shock
nah,
then.
we just spoke to this person like
Mhm,
5
now.
minutes ago. This
Yeah.
Hold on. What do you mean? They're like, no, he just got in a car. Wait, how do you know? We are like, you know what? We don't know. We hang up.
Yeah.
Minutes after that, we are like, guys, we just heard, let's go to his house.
Yeah.
We drove. When we got there, sadly, it is true. Found out he passed on. Sharp. Then we did our thing. We did our brother proud. We were there for the family. We were there for him. And then immediately after the funeral, right? It was different. We feel that void of him. You're not here. Like, you understand?
He's missing.
Yeah, he's missing. But then we then all made a promise to ourselves that, guys, since he's not here, but we know what he envisioned. We know what he wanted to do. We know he saw our vision, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's live the best as we can for him, for his memory. Cool. We all agree.
Okay.
We all do it. Okay, we're gonna do this. The first month, the second month now. Here's where the trick comes in. Exhibit A. Remember, that's my first friend,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So Exhibit A has this thing of he had a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had held pass of the girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay.
So now Exhibit A decides to ghost me.
Okay.
Nah.
All right.
He ghosts me and he ghosts one of our friends in the group just because one of the helpers of the girlfriend is close to us. So he's now getting territorial about
Yeah.
Okay.
about the
Yeah.
side chick. Let me put it like
Yeah.
he's getting territorial about the side chick.
Exactly.
But funny thing is that he met the side chick because of me.
So you knew the main girlfriend?
I
their
didn't.
sides?
I knew the existence of the main girlfriend,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't know her personally.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you
But
have-
the side chick,
is your friend.
she was my friend
Yes.
from a previous life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when they started that thing, I didn't even know.
Yes.
I just found out later on. But then, because he got territorial with that, he ghosted me and one of our friends. So when I was told that, I was like, that's impossible.
So now is your friend still seeing your friend?
You're gonna find out now.
Relax.
So I'm like, wait, how is this person? How are you guys telling me that this person ghosts me, but he's been sending me messages, and I was like, okay, let me find out. I send him a message. After I send him a message, he pulls up to my house. He's like, yo, let's go out for coffee.
Okay.
We go out for coffee.
Yes.
We buy coffee.
Your friends must.
We drink coffee, because they know I love coffee.
Yeah.
We drink coffee. Then after that day, I think 2 days later, I send him a message. I'm like, yo, I think I saw your car. Where you at? One tick. And I'm like,
Okay.
You didn't ask him about the ghosting when you went out.
because he was there. Like
He came. I
he
guess.
came.
Oh.
And he's the one that called.
Oh.
So when you guys are telling me he ghosted me, but he
It's
just
like, yeah, we are
Yeah.
imagining things.
Yeah. So after that, when I send him a message 2 days later, one tick. I send him another message on his other number, one tick.
You're blocked.
Okay, I tried looking for him on Instagram. I can't find the account. And I'm like, okay, something is up. Like, what's up? I called the group.
Yeah.
In the group now, I'm only able to talk to the one on it that.
Certain people.
No, I was only able to talk to one person. Remember, they cut both of us out. I was only able to talk to her. I mean, to him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
the others, they took Exhibit A side.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
They took Exhibit A side, and funny thing is that Exhibit A came up with stories
Yeah.
about me and this one,
Mm-hmm.
and they believed him and they went with it.
Okay.
So they ghosted us, and I was like, okay, cool. They cut us out. And for me, it's that thing of they knew my belief, they knew my religion, they knew my character, but because of his own insecurities, he lashed out to us. That now, even to his ex-girlfriend now, he ghosted her because he wanted to be with the side chick.
So he ghosted the main.
Yeah,
Girlfriend.
he ghosted the main girlfriend. So he cut all of us out.
I don't understand. Where does the main girlfriend fit in this friendship?
We knew of her existence, right?
Yes.
So the main girlfriend sent me a message of, hey, have you seen Exhibit A? Have you taken... So me now having to reach out to her, dog.
They are looking for you.
Like, Yeah, but that's when I realized, oh, he ghosted me. And now I had to tell her, but I haven't seen that guy in like months. And then she also tells me, oh yeah, it's actually the same with me. Then when I found out the story is he ran with the side chick.
Wow.
He was willing to lose everything for side chick.
Yeah.
But
Because
they're
of what
probably
he was
building
feeling.
together now.
Yeah, oh no, now
You
he's-
can promote the side chick to the main.
Oh, now the side chick is the main.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Promotion.
Like literally main.
No.
Like a main.
Main isn't like, are they married?
Main, yes.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yes,
100%.
yes.
So it's that thing of, okay, I'm cool. So it's that thing, and like, these were people that my family knew. Like, if ever you could not find me, you knew you would call Exhibit A. Everywhere I was, Exhibit A was there. Everywhere he was, I was there.
Did the breakup hit you?
So very much.
Were you invited at their wedding?
None of us knew.
They are not friends. How?
Like, how do I go to the wedding? Like, imagine, this is a brother that I had envisioned, my boy, the day you get married. Like,
I will be the best man or something.
I'm the best man.
It's okay.
And like everyone, everyone
It's very
expected that I will be the one to like know everything because
Exactly, yes.
he confided everything. Like when I say everything, I know all his dirty things.
Mm.
So when he goes to me, I was like, boy, the trust you have in me. There are things I know about you.
Maybe he knew that you wouldn't expect
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. So
But
it's,
Omphemetse,
yeah.
just to reflect back what you're saying, I've been taking track of what you're saying.
mm,
I can ask you a question. How deep was it in terms of being held?
it was very deep.
Right.
It hit me to a point where after that I could not trust anyone again. I could not want anyone close to me because it's not the first friend that I lose, but it's that thing of every time I get close to a person,
Yeah.
they live in a particular way of they just disappear, more especially whereby now I've exposed my cries to you. Like this is something that many pastors or many people that are called, they would understand. It is very lonely being called by God. It is one of those things of it's hard for us to come to you and be like, I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because why? We expected the other way, that
Yes.
you would come
We
to
want to
me,
hear.
Yes.
and then after that I'll be like, okay, let's pray, let's do, I help you and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me now to come to you, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
So this is a person that knew that side of me and he believed in that side of me. You'll be one of the biggest pastors in this world.
Yes.
I trust in you for that. So he was that one of I could confide in. I could literally tell him my insecurities of, I actually want to do this, but because of my calling, I can't do it. So he was that one of everything that I hid to the world, I was able to open up to him.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it was very
Yeah.
deep.
He was that one of, even when I remember the first time my mom met him, the first day my mom met him, after he left, my mom sent me a message because I wasn't staying in the same house as them, right? My mom sent me a message and she's like, you finally found your safe space. And I was like, why do you say that, Adam? How you are smiling today, I haven't seen you smile that way in a very long time. The last time I saw you smile that way was with your grandmother.
Grandmother.
Yeah. So now it's that thing of, wow, okay, I'm glad. He brought happiness to me again. I was now starting to be free again. I was able to like
Bold again.
be bold and
Yo.
100. Like I got from that shell, that reserved person,
Yeah.
as much as I have a loud personality, I was very reserved, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't show it. But with him, I was able to like show. So when he left, it hit me hard of my boy, like
Yeah.
What happened?
what's going. Even till today, till now, like recent, like today's what, Friday, ne?
Yes.
Wednesday, around town, I saw his car. Like the last time I knew, he was out of Rustenburg. right? So on Wednesday, I saw his, like, for the fact that I still know his registration plate,
Oh,
he has to say
by
something.
heart, yes.
So when I saw the car turn, I froze in the middle of the road. I
Jeez, man.
froze.
So you haven't healed.
I looked at it. It's taken time. I am healing,
Yeah.
but it's a step by step, because I haven't seen him or heard about him in 6 months. So that was the first time in 6 months that I'm seeing his car, that I'm literally seeing him drive. So it hit me hard of what happened.
But why freeze? Why freeze?
I think it's I get what he's saying.
It's a shock of
Yeah, I need to get
you,
to
you,
that point.
you,
Yes.
didn't, you didn't
I didn't
expect
expect.
to see this person.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you're seeing this person. Remember this person, you used to share your life with this person.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a girlfriend and then you break up, and the breakup was not nice because you don't know if you see this person, should I greet, should I just keep quiet?
Yeah.
What should I do?
As we continue with life and stories, Kay and Morud, it's almost so sad.
Yeah.
We started with laughter and everything,
Yeah.
but again, Kay, I'm one of the guys who comprehend so much in the stories, right?
Yeah.
So I took something again. I go back again. I also go back. You know why? Because I need facts within those, or the depth of the story. Because it's about life and stories, and these are the owners. And then why not? You'll ask the owner of the story.
Yeah.
You talked about, you smiled. Like, I remember you said something like that. Your mother saw you smiling, like she would remember your grandmother.
Oh yeah.
So I want to go back there. The smile of it, like,
Yeah,
you remind
why-
me of
why was it
grandmother. Why
significant?
was
Yeah.
the I need to get the significance of why was it like that you remind me of your grandmother when you smile, like, because you used to smile like
that
this
with your
when
grandmother.
when grandmother was what?
Alive. That means when she was alive. My
Or
grandmother
that means
passed.
when she was
Yeah,
alive.
My
So
grandmother
what,
passed.
what happened to that?
Okay, so I am the last born of my family, one of two. I have an elder brother.
All right.
So my grandmother didn't stay here. She stayed in Cape Town,
All right.
and she wasn't always based in Cape Town. She lived in Cape Town, but she wasn't based in Cape Town
All right.
because she would travel all over the world, right?
Okay.
So I was only subjected to see my grandmother only once a year, like 1 month in a year, which is December. Every December she would come. I'd spend the whole December with her. Hit New Year, then around the 5th or 7th of Jan, she would go back, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, I don't want to say I was a spoiled brat, but I was privileged.
You're a granny's child.
I was my granny's child.
Wow.
Because my grandmother, man. Like, I remember when PlayStation 2 first got out.
Yeah.
When it was like around 20k something. My grandmother was like, my son, do you want a PlayStation? I was like, yes, Gran. Boom, bought it.
Granny man.
You
Just
get
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
I could be like, Gran, at school they saying, how much do you need?
Yes.
They need 1,000. She's like, okay. She sends 5,000.
Oh man! Wow.
So because of that, I was very privileged.
Yeah.
And it's not that she wanted to make it up by money, but she knew that since she can't be with me physically here, I can only see her December.
Yeah.
During the year, she made sure I never lacked anything. Never. So my brother, he grew up in a way that he was accessible to my grandmother because before I was born, my grandmother would stay in Joburg.
Okay.
So my brother could, majority of the time he
Yeah.
was there.
Migrate there in the
You
years.
see,
Uh-huh.
so with me now, I can't leave Rustenburg and go to Cape Town
It's
as
far.
frequently as I want.
Yes.
So I could only see her December. So because of that, me and my grandmother, we were very close because my grandmother loves to travel. Like, she traveled every country in the world. Like, if you see her passport, you would be shocked. Hey, man.
This girl was living.
Yeah, this girl lived. This old woman, she lived, right? Like, she met these famous people like Whoopi Goldberg, Nelson Mandela, like all of these famous people. She's met them. So, because of me, I have an exploring mind, and you can even hear by my accent. It's not an ordinary accent. So, because of that, every time I would connect with my grandmother because she would always tell me stories of her travels, and I would be interested in that. Every time I would learn. So because of that, me and her got very, very close at a very young age, and she was that one person she would always protect me.
What age was that?
From 9 years old. When
Wow.
I started ministry, she was that one to protect me.
All right.
Right? So because of that also,
She's like, believe, man.
yeah, come on.
It's going to be good.
You get. So because of that also, it's that thing of, you know how families are different, right?
Yes.
So from my granny's side of the things, they believe in ancestral beliefs, right? I don't.
No.
I don't. You can't even kill an animal in front of me.
Mm.
Nah, I don't. So whenever they would try to enforce it upon me, she was my protector. You're not gonna do this to my grandson. No. Do you get? So because
So
of
Granny was on your side.
yeah.
Did you have the same belief, or she was having the same belief at the family?
she grew up in that belief, so
Okay,
but because of me, she favored me of my calling.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
favorite.
Do you understand?
She understood the calling.
She
Yeah,
understood.
right.
So now she's supportive of me, and she's telling them, you will not project it upon my son.
Yes.
Oh,
Granny.
yes.
Okay. So because of that, me and her grew to a point of, come on now, you're my right or die when now.
Yeah.
Do you get?
It's skin sound.
Yeah, sister. So because of that, it many people knew whenever I would be sad, I would be at my grandmother's. To a point of whenever I would be sad here, I would travel to her house, the one in Rustenburg. I would travel to her house, and I'll spend there like a couple of days, and then I'll come back because she's in Cape Town, right? So I remember 2020. Yeah, late 2020, she came back home, and she told me, "Khona, now I'm gonna be home for a while." And I was like, "Oh, good.
It's wonderful.
Welcome back." Then COVID, I can't travel.
Ah.
I can't travel as much.
Yeah.
But 2021, when it got easier for us to travel, that's when now I was able to travel to her house whenever I wanted, and all that. So I remember this one time, I was kind of busy with some few things. Like I was very, very busy with some few things. So I could not travel as much. And then I found out she's sick, right?
Yeah.
So she would always call me, "Yo, when are you coming to visit?" "Oh, I'm coming this Friday." And every time I'd go visit, I'd go with medication for her. I'd go, and then I'd spend the weekend. And every time she would be like, "Nah, my son, go live your life. Go, don't be here. Go live.
Yeah.
And I never got it of, man, you are like making me aware of your life without you,
Yeah.
right? Now
In a way.
She was
Yeah.
preparing you.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
In a way, because every time I would be with her, she'd always make these things of, my son, life is good. Travel, do this. Don't be dependent on seeing me. Don't, like,
Go and
It's a
enjoy.
go and
Preparation,
enjoy.
yeah.
Don't feel that you are compelled to be around me. But at the same time, when I'm not around her, she would call. When are you visiting? Those kind of things. But whenever I'll be around her, the life lessons that she would tell me in her last days, they were quite profound, that even till today, I'm still using some of those lessons. Right? So, and then the reason why my granny's passing hits me very much is because the day she passed on, right? I had just lost, not necessarily lost, but I had just like a friendship just ended.
With Exhibit.
No, it's not Exhibit. That was before I met Exhibit. A friendship just ended, but then at the same time is that they called me, "Khuri, your grandmother is a bit going down a bit. Can you please bring these kind of medications for her?" So I bought the medication, went to her house.
Yeah.
But something blocked me to go directly to her house. Something made me first stop at my cousin's place to check up on my cousin. So when I was at my cousin's, that's when I got the call. "Yo, where are you?
We've been waiting for
Like,
you.
come quickly. And who's calling? Not my dad who's with my grandmother, but my mom who's here in town. "Oh, yo, they're saying your granny needs you. Quite, come quickly."
Were you far from your granny's
Oh,
house?
yes. I was. Not that far, but I was far. and that side taxis, it's a bit hard. So I ran. Like, plus at the time I was gymming. So boy,
You can make it.
I told my cousin, please come with my bags. I'm running. I ran very fast.
But what are you thinking? But what are you thinking?
In my head.
Yes.
In my head, I'm asking myself, what's going on?
Okay, what's going on?
What's going on?
But you just want to get there.
I just want to get there.
Oh,
because
yes.
now everyone is like, come here.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they have this thing of, because there was a point where I wanted to be a doctor. I actually volunteered as a doctor. So they are giving me this thing of, maybe she's having an attack or something. So
Alright.
I could
Maybe
help.
you can help.
Yeah, I could help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, not me running. I ran. As I turned, just before I entered the yard, something in me is like, yeah, boy,
It's about to go down.
it's about to go down, be ready. And like, this is, I love what God has put in my life of choosing me in a particular way, right? So my discernment spirit is quite good. So now I ask myself, okay, it's about to go down, but I'm still running.
You are at the gate now.
I'm at the gate.
Yes.
So the moment when I enter, I see my dad. He's chilling by the stoop, but he's not inside. And I'm asking myself, come on. And I'm like, where's my girl? Like, she's inside. And I'm like, okay, cool. I go in. I see her caretakers. They were sitting by her bed. There was a couch. They were sitting there. So I see two of them, and then one of them, she's sitting with her. So I see my grandmother. So when I enter her room, she looks at me. And then when I look at her, she's only quiet. She's looking at me. And I'm breathing hard, right? And I'm
Because
like,
you've been running.
yeah, I've been running.
Yes.
So I'm like,
But you've got a smile like you are used to, right?
Did you give it the same smile that you?
Yeah, because I want to
yeah,
get there.
at that moment, I'm still catching my breath, right?
Oh yeah.
So the moment I catch my breath, I look at her. And I'm like, hi, Granny, how are you?
Wow. Okay.
And then she looks at me. No word. And then I look at her again. She's smiling. And then the closer I get to her, when I get closer to her, the moment I touch her, that's when now she's like, do you get? Like she's pulling back a bit.
Like, don't touch me.
No, like she's holding me, but it's like she's falling now.
Yeah.
She's relaxing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the moment I start feeling that relaxed feeling of, okay, all I said was like, I love you. And then I don't like using that word, I love you.
Why?
I really don't. So the moment I said I love you to her, that's when I saw her. She was immediately after I said it. Immediately after I said I love you. And then gone.
Gone how?
So
Passed on.
So you were supposed to be there. You were supposed to be
She
there.
was waiting for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like the moment
You had to run.
like yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So the moment I said I love you, like literally,
That's when you released it.
like she
Yeah.
passed on.
Yeah.
On the spot, like immediately then. And here's the thing, she passed on looking at me, so her eyes were opened. So now the caretakers, they tell me, Rory, you have to close her eyes. And I'm like,
Did you know what was going on then? When she was relaxing and you
at the time, no. I'm a bit young. At the time, I didn't have that much understanding that I have today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm like, mm-mm. So immediately when she passed on, and they were like, you have to close her eyes. I want to cry now. My grandmother just died. So now when I want to cry, I'm asking myself, I just told you I love you and you die?
Ow!
Like, how dare you?
You can't do that.
Come on! Like, I gag.
me?
So now I want to cry, but I'm blocked because now they're like, the caretaker's like, you can't cry. Close her eyes.
Why can't you cry?
I can't. I'm like, you can't cry. Hold it. Close her eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't cry. Close her eyes. I can know. Closing her eyes.
Where's that sound coming from?
Hmm?
Don't cry. Where's it
No,
coming
the
from?
caretaker.
Oh,
caretaker.
The
okay.
caretaker's telling me,
Yeah.
don't cry.
So you're also holding it because they're
Now I'm
saying-
holding it in.
Hold it.
Because now remember, my dad is outside. So
Yeah.
my dad doesn't know anything that's happening inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
But maybe because he's also maybe already ready for anything.
So after I close her eyes, they're like, go tell your father.
Yo!
Jeez.
Ah!
Yeah.
So much responsibility.
They were like, go tell your father and don't cry. Because now, that's his mother. So now I have to go tell him that.
But it's your grandmother also.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now I have to tell him your mother just passed.
Yo.
So I walked out, and as I walked out of her room, the caretaker, like, she literally, oh, God bless that woman. She took my grandma, placed her correctly, and then she looked at me. She called me with the name that my English name is Hope, right? But my grandmother would always call me Temba.
Oh.
Yeah, it's almost
Right.
it's the same.
So now
Yes.
Yeah.
the caretaker looked at me about Temba. You better not cry.
Oh.
Ungakhali. She
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
Ungakhali.
Yeah.
Ungakhali Temba. And I was like, yeah. I go outside and I'm like, hey, Papa. And then he's like, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, she's gone. Then my dad starts crying.
Jeez.
In front of you.
In front of me. My dad starts crying. He asked me, are you sure? Call someone else to come confirm.
So you're still quiet at that time
I'm
again?
still quiet.
Again.
Again.
You have not just
Jeez.
like,
He doesn't
You're
cry.
strong.
I haven't cried. I haven't cried.
You're very strong.
I haven't cried. eh. I haven't cried.
yeah, serious.
Let's call someone to come confirm. My dad is crying. Now I want to cry because now I see my dad is crying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's cry together.
Yes.
Like,
Oh yeah.
let's cry
Collaborate.
together. Like, come on now. Like, let me be
Yeah,
on you.
the
Like,
supportive system.
what's up? No. Just before I'm about, like, they call me Temba. Isa.
Yeah. Ungakhali. Oh.
Ungakhali, Papa.
Aye.
They are saying it.
The caretaker was.
So now.
was on your
So
case.
now, after that, I have to go inside. So now I'm chilling by the couch, looking at my grandmother's body. I call my mom. Because
The body's in the bedroom.
yeah, in her bedroom. I call my mom. Yo, mom. Granny's no more. My mom was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, she just
So you're that bold, just
Yeah.
to say it, huh?
Granny just passed on by my arms. How do you know? I was holding her. She passed on. I was holding her. Mom is like, okay, cool. Did you call the funeral parlor and everything? Yeah, they're on the way. Mom is like, okay.
You called them?
Yeah.
Are you the one who called them?
Yeah.
Very strong.
My grandmother's funeral procession, I'm the one that ran it.
When was this?
2021 around April.
So you were like 21.
Before even my 21st. My birthday is in June.
Yo.
So I was technically still 20.
Yeah.
So I ran my entire grandmother's procession. And imagine, I couldn't cry. Couldn't.
Okay, now that day the undertaker comes and
The undertaker
collect
comes,
the body.
they collect the body, they
Mhm.
go. So now I have to call everyone in the family.
Why
No.
can't your dad or the caretaker?
Oh, my dad was gone. Like my dad, he couldn't handle it.
Oh yeah.
It hit him.
Yeah,
yeah?
very much.
Okay.
So now my brother, him too. So now I'm the one.
Ooh.
Because,
Such
Yeah.
responsibility.
yeah. So now I have to run it. I have to tell everyone. And for me now, it's a double loss because remember, before my grandmother, I just
You
lost.
lost
Yeah.
the
A friendship.
A friendship.
And that was also a very close friendship that I just lost. And now I just lost my grandmother. And the reason why I love yous, it's amongst those two.
Oh.
So it's like, no. So now I go on, everyone is busy crying and I can't cry. The day of my grandmother's funeral, the day of the funeral, I don't know, but even on that day, they said I should speak about my grandmother, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like all of a sudden I was so nonchalant about it. I was so numb about it.
Mm.
We did it, went to the burial site, took care of it. Then, immediately after the funeral, I wanted to leave. I could not spend another minute in that house. And I left.
Mm-hmm. And then when did you come back?
Still did not cry, right?
Yeah. Ever since that
You
day,
didn't
ever,
cry
sin-
at the funeral?
ever since that day, I haven't been able to cry, even till today.
So you haven't grieved your grandmother?
I'm in the process.
But grieving doesn't mean you have to cry. Maybe
Yeah.
you're grieving in...
I'm
different
grieving.
ways.
I'm grieving
Yeah.
in a different way of I'll make you proud. I'll go out and I'll live.
Yeah.
Those were your last words. So
But can I ask this question? No, man, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Do you ever cry when you are ahead?
Nah.
So
Like
for some
how-
people, when
like-
you're looking at them crying, it's like, what are you guys doing?
No, I get it.
Oh, you get it, man.
Sometimes I'm envious of, I want to cry. Like,
Oh.
I want to
And
be
what
like
happens
you.
when
Yeah, but
when
you
feel
can't.
like that?
You would see I would get You would see
Oh,
tear
okay.
here,
Yeah.
and then immediately after that, it will get dry. It doesn't even come down.
Oh yeah.
But do you want it to come out?
Yes.
Oh, you want to cry, but it
Yes,
cannot.
I really want to cry. Very
He
much.
can't cry.
I can't.
Wow.
But prior to like the passing of your grandma, were you used to like to cry or something like? When
Not as much, but yes. Whenever something would happen that is painful, I would cry.
You would cry.
Yeah,
Did
like
you-
for example, if anyone passes
Yeah.
at the funeral, I would
You
cry.
would cry.
Oh, I'm not gonna see. But now I can't cry.
Is it because they told you not to cry at your mom?
I don't know. I think
it was made strong by then. After
I think those
yeah.
moments just hit me to a point of every time I would want to cry for certain things, I'd remember those words
Yeah.
of Tembo cry,
Oh my God. Oh yes.
And then
Those words, yeah.
it'll always okay, cool, sure, let's go. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I always tell my mom this, like, for example, there are way deeper things that I always tell my mom, "Okay, if ever you find out my life story, I'm only 24, but if you find out my full life story, the first question that you'd ask yourself is, how come you've never committed suicide?"
Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, it'll always be that thing. Because when people look at me, I come up with this energy of, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see,
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't go through sad phases.
Yeah.
When people look at me, they're like, when you're sad, I'll make sure you are not going to be sad after I leave you. Right?
Mm.
But at that moment, I am so broken that you wouldn't even realize. And that's why the Exhibit A thing, it hit.
But Omphemetse, you lose a friendship. You lose your grandma.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 in 1. It's not gonna be easy for
Yeah.
anyone to just lose one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you lose 2.
Exactly.
You remain humble
Yeah.
and remain yourself. I don't know, how do you do it? How is it possible?
And how did you?
In terms of, because you talked about suicide, right?
Yeah.
It would be, for people, it would be losing one person. You would do
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
You would think of suicide, just losing one, and then think, this is a friendship, I will never get it, I will never go back to something like that ever again.
Yeah.
But do you see yourself coming out of all these losses just being fine, like you are? Do you see yourself being fine?
You know, I'm not gonna say I see myself being fine. This is why I say by the grace,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am sufficient. Because okay, let me show you something now. Exhibit A is a friendship that I just lost last year.
Yeah.
The time of my grandmother's passing, I lost a best friend
Yeah.
that was very close. And the reason why I lost him is because his baby mama got between us.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So now, the reason how that hit, it taught me of I can be close to anyone.
Mm.
That's why Exhibit A, when I got close to Exhibit A, it was a shock for me. Oh wow, I'm actually able now
Yeah.
To find someone.
to find someone and
Yes.
make friends.
Yeah.
Then now when I lost him, it's that thing of no, not gonna put myself through this. This is the second time it happens. No, I'm not gonna be able to do it again. But out of that, as I say, grace, my life expectancies or things that I've experienced in life has made me to be reliant or relying on only God
Yeah.
and nothing else. Because now I know everything that I do or every lesson that happens, it's only meant to make me bigger,
Yeah.
but not made to break me.
Mm.
Like God tested Job by making Job lose everything.
Yeah.
But in the end, just because Job did not curse God,
Yeah.
Yes.
God elevated him
Yes.
more and
Amen.
restored everything.
Yeah.
So with me, I take it that everything that I've lost, it's a matter of time that God will then remember me. And
Yeah.
God has remembered me in a way of, I've met people recently that are quite good in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They are helping me
Okay.
with such. They may not know, but me personally, for the fact that I am not one to confide. I
Yeah.
can't. Like my mom, whenever something bothers me,
Mm.
she can spot it because she said,
knows you.
yeah, she knows me. She's
Yeah.
my mom, right?
Yeah, she knows.
But every time she would ask me, "What's wrong?" "Nah, I'm okay," and I'll lock myself in the room and I sleep. But then she would know something is wrong, right? So now I've gotten to a point of when something is wrong, I have someone to call,
Yeah.
and this person doesn't realize how much impact they have in my life,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just like that.
So, do you have friends now?
Mm.
Or do you have people that you talk to?
Let's say, I'm not gonna say I have friends, but I have family.
Okay, that's nice.
Meaning, there are friendships. One thing I've learned is that friendships can end at any time,
Yes.
and they can end in a way that even if you didn't do anything wrong,
Yeah.
they can end.
That's true.
Do you get? But when I say I have family, is people that I took as friends, but I later adopted them to become my family.
Yeah.
Because one thing I realized is that family doesn't mean we have to be
Blood related.
yeah, we have to be related by blood.
Yeah.
But family is who I choose.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I take you and I say you're my sister from today, and you treat me like your baby brother, I will take you as my sister, and I will trust you for that. And I would always now know, I'm like anyone else. I have an older sister, so because of that, I have family. I have 3 people, or let me just say 2 people that have become a part of my life, that I know that if life gets very difficult for me, even though I'm not going to tell them what's going on, but I can just call and be like, yo, where are you? Can I just be around you? I don't even need to talk.
Yeah.
Just being around you because I feel safe around you, it's going to be okay for me.
Okay.
So now, Omphemetse, tell me something. Like you said, you mentioned something that earlier on, like you said, like because of when Granny was there, like still living in Cape Town, and you were here, and then some of the things when you needed something, she will be able to buy it for you,
Yeah.
and all those kind of things. Since well, she's no more.
Yeah.
Like that space.
Yeah. But okay, I get the question. Yeah?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Even though she was there, I wasn't one of those kids that always asked.
Demand, yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say people would call me a spoiled brat is because the things that I would have,
Okay. Yes.
but it's not that I asked for them.
for them, yes.
She bought them.
She bought them.
Do you understand? So one thing my mom loves about me is that I am one person of I understand.
Okay.
If I'm gonna ask for this today
Yeah.
and you can't afford it today and you tell me, I'm okay with it. I know that the time you have it, I'll get it,
You will get it.
right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I love about my character,
Okay.
and because of that, also it taught me that humility
Yeah.
beyond anything is most important.
Yes.
This is why whether you have money or not, I understand.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm thinking there's a lot to be told about Omphemetse. And as I was listening, I hear there's a lot of stories, and then there's a lot of being unique about
Yeah.
Omphemetse.
You got
Because
strength that no one-
myself.
Yeah.
I can't. When I cry even now. I
Cry.
believe me. I'm a man, and everything about hey, men can't do this, can't do that.
You don't subscribe to that.
I don't
my
do
friend.
that. We've had stories before here in the episode, right? In our last episode, and then we talked about ourselves also because we've got stories, right?
Yes.
And when we told these stories, there was a time when I said, this one Omphemetse, I must cry, but you hold it.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's different from you because you are saying you are now even holding it. But for me, I hold it now, but later on, when people are not there, yours yakhala and then like
You will sleep in that pillow.
exactly.
Tears, yeah.
So you've got a unique character. I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
exactly,
this is the
yes.
first
Even the
K.
strength that he has,
Yeah.
because sometimes like I was telling you, sharing my story last time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a point whereby you come to a point whereby something arose, like there's a need for the person that is passed by.
Exactly.
Like this one, that okay, Sharp, I know when KG was alive,
Yeah.
I will talk to KG about a certain thing.
Yeah.
I will ask KG about a certain thing. I know from there I will get a solution from KG. But now because KG is no more, you can't even ask anyone about or ask for a solution.
Right.
Because it's only KG that was able to provide that kind of a solution.
Yeah.
So later on, I will go to my bed and I will say, Ish. That's why it will hit me also. Then I will have to cry that Ish, I so wish she was alive. Like even my mom, sometimes it happens that it will hit and you feel like, you know what, I wish this person was alive.
Yeah.
Because you know
Get
that
a phone call.
there was going to be a solution that she will provide for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Do you have moments when that happens, what Murati is talking about? Maybe something happens and you feel like, I wish my granny was here.
Yeah, 100%. Every time, like every accomplishment that I get, like for example, what do you call this? Radio, right? My latest gig. One thing for sure is that I know that if she was here, she would be very happy, because whenever I'd make, I had this thing of every morning I post videos, just saying good morning, and then after that I'll speak like motivation, right?
Okay.
So for that, because of that, she would make fun of it. Yeah, she would make fun of it. My good morning message. How are you? You get? She would always make fun of it. Today I did not get my good morning. Where is it? Where's my video?
Yes.
You get? And I'm like, I'm about to post it now. And she's like, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
You get? Like my grandmother, she was that one. So, such moments, I wish she would be here, because I know if she was here, she would make sure that my grandson is in the radio speaking.
Yes.
So she would always make sure that I learn certain things about what I'm doing now. So some of these things I wish she can see these achievements.
Yes.
But at the same time I'm like, I understand God's will upon it.
Yeah.
That time is there.
Okay.
So now about the Exhibit A. How did you grieve the loss of the Exhibit
Friendship.
A? The friendship.
Being honest, I think I'm not gonna say I grieved it, but I think I just moved past it.
Do you miss him sometimes?
Very much. Oh, without a lie, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like, I miss him. There are moments where I would go through, like, ever since he left, I haven't been to gym.
Jeez.
And
So you haven't been to gym
I
ever since
I haven't been to gym ever since our friendship ended. And people knew, guys, you see me now, I used to fill this jacket up.
Yeah.
I used to be quite big by muscle. People knew, hey Baba, there could be a wedding,
Yeah.
there could be a funeral.
Yeah.
You know, before I go there, I'll go first to gym. That was me. I don't care how sick I was, I would go to gym. And I'll be like, I'll work it out. I'll get him. But ever since he left,
You stopped doing the things
I stopped. Because it triggered that thing of, you made a friend,
and you lost him.
who was a brother.
Yeah.
Not a friend, but who was a brother.
Yes.
Who was a part of your life. That
Yeah.
this guy was the one, I said, you're the godfather of my kids.
Yeah.
My kids would know if ever I'm not around,
Yeah.
they have an uncle called Exhibit A.
Exactly. Yes.
Besides my blood brother, but they would know they have an uncle called Exhibit A who would take care of them. Same as him. But because of that, when he left, I think my defense mechanism was maize. And I think with that, that's when I realized I focus too much on ministry now.
Okay.
I focus too much. Like, I I cut off my entire life and I just focused on God.
Yeah.
And as much as that, people would be like, you're running away. Yes, I am at the time. But now it's that thing of I'm finally accepting that what happened, and now I'm finally not blaming myself, because another reason why I say I don't like saying the I love you word to someone. You hear now I can say it, but having to say it to someone,
yeah.
it is a problem, because why? I got this thing of every person that I said I love you to, they leave.
Yeah.
Either they die or they leave my life.
Yeah.
So now it's that thing of, for me, if I want to say goodbye, I should say I love you. And you will go.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
It got to a point of every person that would want to be in a relationship with me, like romantically, like in a romantic way. I remember there was this relationship. Oh my goodness. I adored this child of God. And then I remember he asked me, when you don't love me? I was like, why do you say that? I've proven with my actions. Why do you say I don't love you? Because you've never said it. I was like, so you want me to say it?
Yes. You don't want me to show you.
Yeah. Okay. Can you at least just say I love you? And I was like, me too. Me too. No, say it, Kare, but it's there.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but you didn't say I love you. You said me too. What is
Because she said it first, so I had to say it back. So it got to a point of it hit. So with Exhibit A, it's just that thing of I mized the whole thing, and hence that's why when I saw him on, it triggered everything of. That's why I froze of my boy, my God.
But if you could see him today, would you ask him about why he left?
100%. Oh, 100%.
Do you still want to know what?
100%.
Would it give you closure?
I wouldn't want we can never be like before. That I know.
You've accepted that.
Like I can never, I can't trust you again.
Yes.
I can't. But the one question that I have is what happened?
Yeah.
Like why?
Hence I'm asking that,
Yeah.
will you get closure from
Yeah,
this?
I think I'm not one to seek closure,
Okay.
right? But I think I would have understanding of
Yes.
Why
that
did
if
you
people are to ask me why did your friendship end, I would at least
know
Yeah.
myself, I would know to point at it. Oh, it's because of 1, 2, 3. But imagine now, this is a person that, guys, I was his tongue, he was my saliva. We were there.
Okay.
So now it's that thing of, if people ask me, where's your saliva?
You can't get it.
I just have a dry tongue now. I have a dry tongue. No matter how much water I drink, it's dry.
Yes.
So it's that thing of, I don't know what other people are telling me or assuming. No, it's because you got close to side chick. Guys, it can't be that, because I'm the one that introduced them. He knows I'm close to side chick, so
Yeah.
it can't be side chick.
I wanted you to ask about it.
Yes, I also want to know.
You are the one who introduced the side chick to Exhibit A.
I didn't introduce them to date. That's the thing.
No, not today.
Yeah.
But like as in.
Yeah, I get your
this
point.
is-
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you understand. But now, the side chick, like she never took that, like at least that time to say, hey, dude, as in well, this guy I made by
She
you.
also ended our friendship between me and her.
Jesus.
There's no
So
remorse.
she also blocked you.
Yeah.
Wow. I wanted to ask about
Yeah.
how's your relationship with
No, she also ended the friendship. So this is where I want to know the why.
So now, if we can fix the friendship with Exhibit A, where does she leave him? Where
No,
does
they
she?
can't fix it.
I
No,
can't-
not to say they wanna be friends again, but
Oh,
let's say
just to
they
talk.
talk and they settle the matter, and let's say the Exhibit A decide to unblock you.
yeah.
Then where does she live? Like, does this whole thing leave the girlfriend,
The wife now.
the wife
Which is
now,
the
so
wife
to say?
now.
Yes.
Being honest, I'm okay with her, because I think our friendship ended because she loves him too much.
No.
So I think she blocked me, or she cut ties with me
Too safe.
to
To save the
to be with Exhibit A,
Okay.
right? So I'm not too harsh on her, or I'm not too yeah, I'm not too harsh on her. But with Exhibit A, it's that thing of my boy,
Yeah.
my brother,
How?
Exactly. Yes.
my saliva. Kunjenjani? Like, what happened?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Where's it
where did it go?
Yeah.
Like, this, like, guys, the reason why it hits, ne? This is a guy whereby when his family was against our friendship, he fought with his family for our friendship.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
No
Like
one-
his
no
mom,
wonder saliva
like
and
his
then,
mom did not like me at all.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, her own personal reasons that I don't even know. She met me once. I thought I was okay, but she told him I never want to. But there were moments where we had to hide our friendship
From her.
from her just because of
man.
him. Like, this boy did so much sacrifice for me.
Yeah.
As much as I did sacrifices for him,
him, yeah.
he did so much sacrifices for me that when they told me, he ghosted you, he cut, I was like, no way.
No way.
Yeah.
That's why even when I realized he ghosted, I was like,
It is about life and stories as we are telling the story, and not being told by us, but by the owners. And then we appreciate so much that you have taken time on Omphemetse today. Kay, it's a life lesson. It's about life and stories as we continue with Omphemetse today, our guest on life and stories. All your social media platforms, engage. Kay, I think we do have all these media platforms where everyone can engage. We've got our WhatsApps and everything. So as everyone is watching at home, feel free to do that. Feel free to engage on that. Omphemetse, there's a lot that we have, like you always told about your stories. But this is the first maybe to put it out there
yeah,
at the same time, and the feeling would be like you are now, gentle to it, humble to it, and then it's like I've got a happy ending today, or I'm happy.
yeah,
So I'm happy face that people are seeing now. It's so amazing that when you speak, you are saying it's something that you see, but you don't know anything about me.
yeah,
Yes.
So it's like that people would be thinking, what I see, it's what I know of the lady. Because you'd be looking bright, and then you have all this, assets and everything that you have in this world. And then people would perceive you as being that. You don't have problems. I don't think we've got people who say we don't have problems. It wouldn't be a problem of mine or something, but maybe
Something else.
something else.
It's something
you get
else.
to lose things in life. So we are privileged even today to have you again as you continue with your story.
Yeah.
Omphemetse. It's to others it might be something to look out for. But you've got a unique character. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this character. I don't know if anyone has it.
Thank you very much.
Believe me, because
Yeah.
if someone says, "I'm fine with it. I've lost, and then I still lose even now."
Yes.
But I'm fine. Even the next is when I lose, I'll be myself again.
Yeah.
Now, there's something about what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to say, I ran. And when they told me, I also ran again. So there was, I don't know, because you are also spiritual, there was something about that.
Yeah.
You had the news, you don't even digest it, you don't have to.
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to, because it's like
I
I'm in
need
that
to get there.
mode, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just running, and there was something there. You are running to your grandma, and then in between there's no time. You understand?
Yeah.
There's no time in between, because you've got to run, because it's an emergency at the same time.
Yes.
But you don't know it. Hence I'm saying there's a unique character here.
Yeah.
Spiritually, so you are running because you have to run, but you don't know you have to run.
Yeah.
Because if you had to take a taxi, like you said, you've got problems with things. What would have happened? Probably you would have been late.
Yeah.
Mm.
So because you had to gym and get to know how to run,
Yeah.
and then you run,
He was prepared.
you are prepared to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you had to run because you're saying, I'll waste time. Who told you to, you will be wasting time because you don't know what's happening there?
Yeah.
But you had a call, you had to run. So something spiritual about that. I
Yeah.
was just getting there because...
There is. It's a very deep thing of, this is why I said I have a very canning discernment spirit, right? As much as I was at my cousin's house, my cousin's mother has a car.
Oh,
Do you understand?
but you didn't ask her to take
Nah.
You
you.
didn't?
No, we did it didn't even come into my mind. Like to a point of when I arrived at my grandmother's, I think 5-6 minutes later she arrived with the car.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
you see,
Yeah.
but something in me was like, just go, boy.
I think you running or listening to your conscience or
Yeah.
to your discernment, I think is a thing that led you to arrive on time because you
On
see
time.
6 minutes later the car arrived.
Yeah.
And we find that 6 minutes later when the car arrived, maybe green already passed.
You
yes.
see?
Yeah.
So it's that thing of the reason also why I have this thing of I may lose people, but I'm still happy. I may lose people. I may lose deals. I may lose opportunities. Like back in high school, I think when I repeated a grade, it hit me hard.
Mm-hmm.
But what triggered in me is that God is preparing something for you. God is getting you ready for something. And that's when I had this philosophy in my heart, or this thing of the situation, or let me say the position, cannot dictate my character. Because if it dictates my character, the position, I will miss what God has called me for.
Okay.
So the position and your calling, it's two different things. The position can change at any time, but your calling can never change. Do you understand?
True.
Yes.
So now,
True.
if I allow a situation to change my character, that means the moment I have to stand up for what I am called for,
Mm-hmm.
my character is going to be different.
Yeah.
It won't match
With what you're called
with what
for.
I am called for,
Oh,
because
wow.
now my character is matching the position,
Yes.
is matching the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's matching the storm, the challenges, the loss of people. It's not matching the position of you have to motivate.
We
and
are
build.
going spiritual and I can hear that.
Yeah.
Hence, I'm taking this from running to getting to a point where you say you found the grandma still alive.
Yeah.
Again, you had to wait for a few minutes
Before she
until she
passed.
was gone.
Yeah.
But for those minutes, it's spiritual in a sense that now the grandma had to hold hands before.
Yeah.
And then after holding hands, she had words again to express.
She didn't necessarily speak, but yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you understand.
Yeah,
So
100% get it.
that part. Hence, I'm getting the journey here, Muruti, because I think you're familiar with the words. Somehow I'm being what do you call it? Bombastic words. I mean, yes, because I get there when you talk of Bible, but I get a sense of what
Yeah.
is saying. But again, talking of position at the same time as calling, I really get you.
Yeah.
It's really that, but it's rare to find people like that.
Thank you very
You are
much.
very strong.
I
I
think
receive.
also he was prepared in a sense of what you call, as you're called into a ministry or
Yeah.
being a minister, you have to be prepared because along this journey we lose a lot of people. Some they will come as helpers for a season.
Yes.
There's a season that it's
That they
there.
need to serve.
People they have to come and save
Mhm.
after they have to leave.
Mm.
Not to, they can live in a way they leave or they pass on. That's the thing that he was built to understand, that people will come in your life. I mean, this one it's just starting, but they will come regularly. So, and you will click with them because they will be supportive to your vision. So you will click with them, but be aware that you don't have to cry always when you lose such people. Yeah.
Or you don't have to always cry.
Yeah, you get trained for
Yeah.
such things.
You don't always. here's the
Can I
thing.
get you this question, because I'm also
Yeah, you
worried
can.
about this.
Yeah, you can.
Are we ever ready to lose our loved ones?
Never. Never.
Here's one thing. I remember this one time. I could say, even my grandmother's passing, I think I saw it before it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, I could see that. Okay, sure, you're gonna go,
Mm.
but I don't know when.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna go. Like, we all know we are gonna go,
Yes.
but we don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
So you're never ready for it. But when the moment comes, you just accept it way faster because you are already.
Prepared.
You were told.
Yeah, you already knew. It might
It's
come
going
very
to
soon.
happen.
But what is the particular reason for us not to be ready for that?
I think-
maybe for mere people who would say, I've been closer to grandma, closer to a friend, closer to an uncle,
Yeah.
very close that I know him, I know her. We spoke, we played,
Yeah.
we enjoyed, and then we've had our sad memories.
Yeah.
But Omphemetse, if somebody asks you about grandma, how do you react today?
I think I react the same, being honest. Like, for example, right, ever since she passed, I have only been to her gravesite once. Yeah, I've only been there once, and it was when? Around, is it May? Yeah, somewhere in May. So I think I react the same of, I know she's not here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have accepted.
Oh, yeah.
I know she's not here, but that thing of now, do I have to beat around that bush and act like she's here? No. I know she's gone. And
He's healing.
and I understand that she's gone. Is it painful? Yes. Having to be in her house, knowing that I can
She's
never
not
see
there,
her,
yes.
I can never smell her cooking.
Yes. Uh-huh.
It hits, but at the same time, it's that thing of, if you ask me, I rather tell you the good of my grandmother
Yeah.
than the bad of losing her.
Okay.
What's the good are you talking about? Because maybe we need
Every
to get that.
life lesson
Oh, yeah.
that I've gotten, the happy moments around her, the toys I would get, the traveling sometimes I would be
Do you
privileged
remember
for.
any toy that she bought that?
Oh,
you-
she bought me, I think it was, like I said, PlayStation 2 when it first
Yeah.
got out. Latest games, I had it. Like, in the neighborhood, I was that boy. I was that one of, you guys don't know what a PlayStation, you guys are still in TV game. Come.
Aye.
Let me show you what Sony has done. Do you understand?
Yes.
Let's play together. Like, when a J board came out, this is
Do you
a
still have that,
this
that PS today?
Yes, I still have it.
Yeah, you can't sell it.
I still have it.
Yeah, it's a treasure.
It's sentimental.
Do you understand? I have it. And it's that thing of, when a J board got out, I got a J board. Like, this is something that many people would be like, you have. When laptops first started out, my grandmother bought me like this laptop called ThinkPad. It helps you study for
Yes.
education, but also it helps you for your own life. She got me the latest laptop, Sony edition. So you see, those kind of things, I rather talk about that of, guys, now with my grandmother, come on.
You had it great.
I had it great. I knew every December, if ever one day I would bomb out and be like, Granny, wait in, I feel like, Kinyako, I want only label. She'll be like, what? Louis Vuitton, Gucci,
Yeah.
And we're like, let's go get
Let's
it.
go.
Yes.
So I rather talk of those good than having to speak of, guys, my grandmother used to be sick. She passed on when I said I love you. Like, I rather not. I rather talk of, let me show you that as much as she's gone, her memories are still inside of me.
Yes.
She still lives in my heart of, I know what I learned from this woman. And I would carry it forever. That even one day I would tell my kids of, if only you met your great grandmother.
Oh,
Wow.
if only.
If only you met your great
I
grandmother.
love it.
Like my brother's kids, they are fortunate enough that they met my grandmother. They met their great grandmother.
Yes.
My brother's kids, both of them, right? So the unfortunate thing is that my kids will never get that privilege.
Ish, yeah,
Do you understand?
too bad.
They can never get that privilege, but the privilege that they can get is that they can see her through my memories.
Yes.
They can see her through my eyes, how I saw her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means the image that they will get of my grandmother is an image that can never be changed, because that's an image that I know of her.
Okay.
How people saw her, that's you guys. How I saw her, that's how my kids are going to see her.
But beside PlayStation, is there anything that you've got for that belongs to your grandma? Something.
Oh, yes.
Because you've got a PlayStation.
Yes,
that
actually, no.
Was, yeah.
There
What
is
Oh, yes.
I don't know. You see this ring,
Oh, yeah.
this ring, right? As I said, my calling and everything. So I took. I don't know. Many people don't know it. It's called a signet ring.
Okay.
So a signet ring symbolizes that you are married to God.
Oh.
You understand? Like I saw like it's sort of like if we get married, you are my wife, I'm your husband.
Yeah.
So it's basically like that with me and God.
Oh.
Do you get it? So this ring, the reason why it's important to me, it's because it's the ring. Sorry for that. It's the ring that my grandmother bought.
Oh, yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah,
The moment when she realized, he's getting old, and it looks like he's very serious about this calling. And I always love jewelry, as you can see. I love jewelry, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yo, Granny, I have an idea." She's like, "What's up?" This is when I first found out what a signet ring is, and I was like, "I wanna get a signet ring." What's that? Oh, it's a ring that symbolizes you are married to God, and that you're gonna be pure until you are married, and all that. And she's like, "Let's go buy it together." And I was like, okay, cool. Then she bought it. Then I think after her passing, that's when I got angry. So I took it off, placed it on the table, and I didn't wear it for a very long time. And then the day I wore it for the first time, it's similar to this because it was one small one and then this big one on top of it.
All right.
The moment I wore it, when I tried pulling it off, because I don't know what I was doing, it separated.
Oh, man. Sorry.
So when it separated, that's when I was like, So I took the big piece and I put it on my chain. That no matter what happens, it will never separate. It's always with me. Hence, it's on my chain. Wherever I go, it's on my chain.
Now, this brings me to this question, Dan.
Yeah.
What is the significance of that ring? Because it's like it's a high value in your life.
Yeah, very much.
What's the significance, if you would say?
As I said, it's a signet ring of, it shows my loyalty to God and everything, right? But at the same time, it's that thing of, this is one of the last gifts that my grandmother gave to me.
Yes.
Number one. This is the one thing that both me and her, and only me and her, understood why we got it. Because now my family knows, but at the time it was an inside secret between me and her. So it's that significant. Like if ever you see me people know this cross and this ring, very important to me. So if ever you see me take it off and then I give it to someone, then you know, that means that person is very important in his life.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you can take it to give it to somebody.
oh heck no. No ways.
That person must be very, very,
no
very
way.
important.
But it's just to show, for example, not many, even my own family doesn't touch my cross. They don't touch my chain.
Oh, yeah.
So it's that thing of, I'm protecting it so very much because it reminds me of how my grandmother used to have a cheerful heart of giving towards me.
Of giving. I love it.
Yes, of giving.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was no one that could go to my grandmother and you would ask my grandmother for help and she wouldn't help you. Whether financially or what, she would help you. And I think that's where I got it.
From her.
Yeah.
So you got it in you now.
Yeah.
To give.
To give.
Irrespective.
Whether I give my time, my money, my energy, if I can, I will. If I can't, I'll make sure I connect it to someone that will.
Okay, that's nice.
This is wonderful.
Do you get?
Yes.
So this is one of the things that I cherish to carry. I don't have a tattoo to brand her name on, but the ring itself.
But would you like a tattoo to
No.
do that? Okay.
Unfortunately,
you don't love it.
not. Not necessarily. I don't love it, but I'm okay with people having tattoos. I'm chilled with people having tattoos.
It's
but
good on them.
yeah, it's good on them. It looks good, my brother. It looks amazing. There was a point where I did want a tattoo, but as I grow spiritually, I'm like, ooh, okay, no, not for me.
That's straight no.
Not for
Do
me.
you love talking about your grandma? Do you love talking about her?
My grandmother.
Yeah.
That's my love of my life, hey.
Yeah. Would you do that frequently?
Over and
Yes,
over.
because beyond everything, I say yeah, me and her had our ups and downs. Every person has it.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about my grandmother is that what she taught me, man, is beyond. That woman always had a smile. As much as, hey, that smile had its parts whereby, hey,
Yeah.
that's a lion smile, hey, that, yeah. But the way I love talking about my grandmother is because I know every time I talk about her, there's nothing that I can say to someone that they won't learn something from it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If you don't learn about her life story, you would either learn of a lesson that she taught me that
Yes,
it could be impactful for you.
All right. But to you, Omphemetse,
Yeah.
you said she's bubbly, she was smiling and everything.
Yeah.
Let's go to the bad side of it, right?
Yeah.
What did she not like about you?
Oh, about me.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
Or
Eh?
something that you
No,
did.
something that you did, yes.
Yeah, the thing that you
Not something too bad,
Not
but yeah, but
in line with them.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I don't like what you did on Omphemetse. Like,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I think it was. What was it? There was this one time. I think that was the first time actually me and her actually had like disagreements, right? She sent me to buy certain things. So when I got back, normally whenever she would send me, I'm one person. If you send me with money and I have change, when I give it, I'll give it to you on your hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like I put it on your hand to show you I gave to
I've
you
got
change.
it. Yes.
Right. So on that day, I remember I didn't give it to her on her hand, but I put it by her counter.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Yes.
And then after I put it by her counter, I didn't tell her, "Hore, yo, your money
Your
is
change is
there."
there.
And then I went to play games. Remember, I have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I called people, let's play. We played, and then I don't know who took it. I genuinely don't know, right? But then to my grandmother, it's as if I took it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
So
like that. No, you
so
took
she
it,
so
isn't
she
it?
came to me and she's like, "Where's my change?"
Yes.
And I'm like, "What
But I
change?
put it
It's
there."
by your counter." She's like, you've
not
been
there."
eating sweet. Where's my change? I'm like, "It's by your counter." So now me saying that she thought I'm lying, and she's like, I don't like kids that lying. So now we started. I'm like, "How are you saying I'm lying? I'm telling you the truth." So now me defending myself, it seemed as if I'm talking back.
Oh, yeah.
So then it got
Not
to
like that.
then it now gets to another part. Hey, you're a kid and you're talking back. You're back chatting. So it's like, I'm not back chatting, but I'm telling you the truth that I'm not lying. That's how we got into an argument. And then obviously, you know how we are as kids. I stormed out of the house. She was there telling everyone, like she was shouting. She's angry, right? Like I'm like her little pompino, and I just did wrong.
Disappointed.
And then later on, when I got home, did not even talk to her. I just went to the room. I went to sleep, and then she walked in with my favorite meal. Like she cooked it. She sat on the bed and she's like, "My son, here you go. I'm sorry. Apologize."
She said so.
Yeah, and then
Wow,
after that,
okay,
she
that's-
looks at me and she's like, "But one thing, I don't like when you lie." And I'm like, "But I didn't lie." I start crying now. I didn't lie. And she's like, "No, okay."
Or at least you cried back then.
At that time, yeah. And she's like, "Okay, nah, I get you didn't lie, but I don't like if like when I tell you something,
Yeah.
you are
Like
talking
checking
back.
it.
All right.
Rather be quiet.
Yeah.
Let me talk.
Just
and-
listen.
And then after, when I'm done, then you can tell me, "But Granny," and that's a lesson that from that age, if ever you reprimand me for something, even if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
I'll be quiet. I'll let you finish.
Oh, yeah.
And then after you're done, obviously you're gonna have to give me permission to talk. Gore, explain yourself. And that's when I'll tell you, "Okay, I hear you what you're saying." And it's a valuable lesson, but unfortunately I didn't actually do it. do you get? Then you realize, you were reprimanding me for nothing.
Yeah.
Do you get? But yeah, those are one of the things.
Yeah, but it's a nice experience, Kay.
Yes, it's
when you hear
nice.
these stories now, we laugh. Hence, I love what we do as Life and Stories
Yes.
because it's.
we
I
get to
remember
share our stories.
somehow we were
Yes.
so quiet that.
It was too emotional.
But it's okay to speak about things
Yeah.
like this. So it's like an example, Muruti, like it's okay for us to speak about this. When we were growing up, we were not supposed to. And hence, I'm getting something here as you are speaking, as you are explaining this. Like my mother, I was trying to get a lesson that you talked about. You said there were so many lessons that I learned. So this was also the lessons. But it was a lesson. Today you are saying if somebody
is reprimanding
you
him.
know, even if I'm right, you see,
I keep quiet.
Exactly, for you to just simmer the situation and everyone to be just quiet and everything, you just say, okay, it's fine, I'm wrong, but you know you are not. But just to make peace.
Just for peace sake.
Just peace sake, and then you will be saying, it's okay, I'm fine, I'll just take the blame, it's okay. So it's one of the things. Even today now, you said the grandma did not like back chatting, so it's one of the things that we don't like. But people do it today. You find people talking of a very smaller thing that you would solve, like listen and talk, right? So you listen, I talk, and then we just do that vice versa again. Then we solve everything. But you get people nowadays, they will be talking 30 minutes, 40 minutes, everyone is talking. So like you look at them like, ish, are you guys okay? Like everyone is just shouting. But the main aim was just to make sure that we solve the situation.
Exactly,
So I loved the ending part of it. Just learning. One can take something from them.
Even as an argument that roses. Keep quiet, let the person speak. Reprimands after then. That's when you get a chance. Then you just say, no, but I didn't do it.
True.
Or I did it because of 1, 2, 3. I think even a person who's mature, he will see maturity in you. And he will acknowledge that, okay, no. Even though he was like angry, he will just have to calm down because of you have explained it. Not when he speaks and you try to speak and you know that on top of that you are wrong. Even when you are right, he will just
That's
for
true,
the sake of winning argument. You know, it's true. Winning the argument or proving a point.
Yes, proving a point.
Exactly.
I sometimes don't like that. But again, Kane, I'm taking something here. Going back to our parents, our grandparents, because they're old.
Yes.
Nowadays, we don't take them serious, right?
100%.
In terms of how we speak to them.
Yes.
No, I think the youth of today, as for us, I think we were groomed in a way that we respect. Even today,
we still do
won't
that.
Talk back to another person
Exactly.
or try to prove a point. You just okay.
Yeah, because Omphemetse was wrong, but in a sense, he learned something. That's what he said. I love putting money on your hands
so that you know.
It's what we call POE, proof of evidence. So I put it there. You saw me, like in the morning, 8 o'clock. Like there was a news bulletin. There was a news bulletin there. I gave it to you. You were listening to the news, so I gave it to you on the hand. So when you put it there, so it somehow the negligence, right? You neglect that money and say, no, you'll find it. It's fine. It's there. You'll find it until you go. Maybe if somebody has just stolen a lot of money, maybe let's say it's about 200 rand. Somebody just steals it, and then what happens? So you get in trouble. So. It has been a very wonderful experience. It's all of those. Okay.
Yes, I'd just like to say thank you for coming.
Most definitely. It was quite fun, eh?
Yes.
I hope to get another invitation quite soon.
Definitely. Definitely.
I actually enjoy the environment. It's quite fun.
Where can we find you?
Okay, all social media platforms, right? Okay, so Instagram is Omphemetse_hope. On Instagram. On Facebook, it's Omphemetse Stemmer. On TikTok, it's Omphemetse Stemmer.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful, man. Moruti, I've learned a lot. You know, I'm one of those guys who, like I told you, I always listen to what you say and then I put myself in your shoes. I talk of two words, sympathize and empathizing. So instead of emphasizing, because I wouldn't do that, I would rather sympathize with Omphemetse, in one way or the other. So I enjoyed it. I love the energy, and this is the stories we talk about. And then we will have plenty of stories, because you know what he said. We were laughing about it. He said, it's not even half of my story.
Yes.
So
It's just one episode.
It's an icebreaker. Like she said, we like to begin with icebreaker. So it's an icebreaker of it's the ice. Like,
but something I love about him, I love the character.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know why the character? You look at him, a happy face, and then looking 21, 22, and then he
Yeah,
says,
21,
I've got a lot to
22.
tell, but this is just a bit. I've got a lot. You guys are looking at me and then like, okay, I'm fine, and I'm a pastor, I'm a young pastor, and everything. But
things of people think you have to be old to experience certain things.
Yeah.
This is why I personally say I like to talk to the youth, or I like to empower the youth, because if you realize, like you raised a point saying the youth of today, we don't know how to speak,
yes.
right? But if you notice, the youth of today, we are actually exposed to certain things
Yes.
that are way bigger than us
Yeah.
at a very young age.
Yes.
You
That's
guys got your first phones at 18, 19, after high school. We got our first phones grade 6, grade 5.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
We are exposed to so much
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
very young age that because of what we are exposed to at a very young age, we experience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we are exposed at a very young age, we experience a lot at a very young age. This is why we have a lot of teenage pregnancies now.
Yeah.
Because what? We are exposed and we experience at a very young age.
May the good Lord richly bless you. I loved
receive.
loved
Thank you very
everything.
much.
I know somehow we don't have to love it, but
Yeah,
the way
Yes.
viewers at home, I think they have just loved it. Hey, I don't know. It's Women's Day today, and she'll have to close it. Talk to women out there. No, let's start with Tamara first, and then a bit of 2 words to say to the women, because we're in South Africa now. So it's the 9th of August today, so we are celebrating National Women's Day. So I think 2 words from you, and then we close it off with Kay.
Okay, I think a message to every woman out there, continue believing in yourself.
Yes.
As a woman, you have been belittled for too long.
Yes.
You have been destroyed for too long that you feel that you can only make it if you are under a husband or under a
Yes.
man's leadership. But as a woman, you have to remember one thing. You carry the nation for 9 months in your womb. You give birth for 9 months. You understand? You are the one that makes the generation. You are the one that makes the impact. A king that you see today came from a woman. So believe in yourself more than ever before. Don't ever doubt who you are. Don't ever doubt what God has called you to do. Because as a woman, you are born to carry a generation of wealth.
Wow.
Yes. I'd like to say to my fellow women, please drop this thing of being strong, umpokoto, begezela. Hi. We're in 2024. Let's leave it, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The numbers, social media platforms on your screen. Thank you very much. I am your host, Moronta John Pelona, better known as MJP, signing out.
Out.
Bye-bye.